Hello! Doug has sent in his BC3300 battery charger for repair. The symptoms are that it no longer is reading the pack voltage correctly, so I'm going to unpack it here. I'm going to try something new. Normally I take a whole bunch of pictures and just upload them, and without any context, it really doesn't help people to be able to repair things because they're just seeing a bunch of pictures. Wow, this is actually packed really well. I think this might be the best packed charger I have ever received. I have to remember how all this went together now. Yeah, maybe the video will make that easy. Wow, that's a lot of work went into packing this. That is pretty impressive. Yeah, I gotta leave those ones in there. See if I can't pull this out. There we go. That was definitely really good packing. Oh, they have the. I have to remember that came with it. So yeah, like I was saying, we're gonna try something new. Try to record these so that people actually can see the whole troubleshooting, all the troubleshooting steps and everything necessary to repair these battery chargers and motor controllers and things like that. Now, I am still going to take pictures because I like to keep a record of everything, mostly for myself, really, so that I have the serial number. When I put them on the website, I put down what the serial number is and everything, and that's how it keeps track of everything. Yeah, you can hear, I don't know, the video quality is probably not going to be good. I'm using my my cell phone. It is not the best video recorder. The audio is probably going to be really bad. We're down in my basement. This is my workbench. I don't know if you can see, I have a bunch of equipment over here. So the audio is probably not going to be very good. It's definitely not like a recording studio or anything. The sump pump will run. The furnace will turn on. There's a cat over here who has decided to take up residence inside that box. I have a puppy upstairs who's whining because she can't get to the cat. So, pretty typical. Have to see what happens. So the first things first, the problem with this battery charger is that it no longer reads pack voltage correctly. Actually, I'm not going to use this because this is 220 and I have a 120 plug. So the first thing we're going to do is verify that this is not working, because sometimes it could be a wiring problem, although I doubt it on this. But I've had motor controllers come in that were non-functional in the vehicle, but then once they got on the bench, they work perfectly fine, and it's usually a wiring mistake or something, that wire broke or something on the vehicle side. So to get this operational, I'm going to use my set of cables. This one's got a 120 plug instead of a 240 volt plug on it. So get that plugged in here. And then this is the, if you open this up, there's a pod in there. You can set percentage of output. And then green light means everything's good. The different stages, so phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. See if I can remember off the top of my head. Phase 1 is bulk charge. Phase 2 is absorption charge. Phase 3 is the float charge. And then the yellow lights up if there's an error. On these, trick out the temperature sensors with 47K resistors. They don't need to be 5-watt resistors. They just happen to fit in the connector there. so that works out pretty good. Trying to remember what the other... One of these is the charger interlock so that you can't move if it's plugged in. And don't remember, the other one might be for the auxiliary fan if you have for the battery box fan. I'm not sure what the other one does actually. Never use it. So go ahead and plug that in. We're gonna get the only way to really tell if we're not reading the right voltage is to run MonLog, which is the Brusa and or Solectria, depending on. These are actually made by Brusa, which is a German company, and I've heard it pronounced both Brusa and Brusa, so I'm not quite sure which is the correct German pronunciation on that. Like I said, there goes the furnace. Okay, so as you can see here, we're putting on 5 amps to the battery. It's reading, thinks it's reading 171.36 volts. And if we come over here, we're actually at 176 volts. And if I go and read my current meter here, we are only actually putting out 2 amps. So probably 2.5 amps. This meter's not that. If you squeeze on it, you get better results. So that seems to be what's going on. We've got 2 issues, so we can track those and fix it. Usually when there's problems where it's putting out half as much current as it should be, there's no current sensor inside these battery chargers. It's kind of like a the easiest way to say it, it's a resonant converter, and so every cycle that it goes through, it records how much, essentially by counting the cycles it knows how much energy it's delivered. But if one side is out, then only half gets delivered, and you can have it to where depending on how many capacitors have gone out on the capacitor board, you can have it outputting what it should be, or 3/4 or a half or 1/4, and then finally usually when you get down to 1/4 it burns up pretty quick, does a lot of damage. So what we'll do here is go ahead and take her apart. Oh, this meter. The probe came out over here. There we go, that's better. So, like I said, this one's reading 176 volts, and over here, our actual, what the controller thinks is 171, so we're off about 5 volts or so. So we'll go ahead and open it up and see what's going on.